What's good, guys? Welcome back to All About Arsenal, and there is news, and I'm really staying on the striker news because I believe that's the most important thing for us right now. We need a lethal killer, number 9, and that's why we are looking at Victor Gyökeres, and for some time there's a lot of strong links that Arsenal are looking to get this guy. And apparently Arsenal officials have flown out to Lisbon to try and make it happen. However, there might be a little span in the works that his girlfriend apparently does not want to go. So could she actually scupper things? Let's get into it. So, got a very, very good source here, and this is actually Metro newspaper. I don't know how many people know about Metro. Metro is a British paper, and I believe they're a very, very credible source. They've been running for some time. They do lovely free papers on the underground, and we have a gentleman here by the name of Chris Davey who's reported this today. So let's go into the news and what are they saying. Right, so it says here, so Arsenal directors have held talks with Victor Yokarez, agent in Lisbon, and have put forward a 70 million euro, which is the equivalent of 58.7 million pounds sterling, proposal to sign the Sporting CP striker, according to reports in Portugal. Gyökeres has attracted interest from several clubs across Europe after another impressive season for Sporting, in which he has 54 goals in 52 games. This is mind-blowing. So literally, he's scoring every game. He scored at least one every game if you average it out. That's amazing. And helped the club win the Portuguese League and Club Cup double. So this guy is used to winning things. So that's what we want. We want somebody that's going to come with a winning mentality, implement that at Arsenal. Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United and Bayern Munich have all expressed interest in the Swedish international. While it's understood that Sporting would agree to a deal that's worth lower than the striker's 100 million release clause, apparently Yokarez has a gentleman's agreement with the club that he can actually go for an amount that is lower than the 100 million release clause that they've slapped on him, which is good. And I know and believe they will actually honour this. In as much as Chelsea, I don't think he's going to go to Chelsea. Chelsea's still a work in progress. Bayern Munich, if he goes, what happens with Harry Kane? But I don't really want to go into that because I believe Arsenal are still and always will be the favourites. Says, according to Correio de Manha, I know I absolutely butchered that. If you're Portuguese, forgive me. Arsenal have put forward their offer to sign Yokarez and representatives during a meeting in Lisbon. The report claims that Arsenal's offer is worth 70 million euros, 58.7 million, as I said, before add-ons. Meanwhile, Yokarez has been offered 12 million, which is 10 million pounds sterling signing on fee, and a 5-year contract worth 110 per week before bonuses. Apparently, at Lisbon, he's getting something like 40 to 50 thousand euros a week. So that's why I was reading like a lot of reports at the beginning that if he comes to Arsenal, his wage is going to be like tripled, something like that, and it kind of looks like that's what's going to happen. Yokarez agent is now due to hold talks with Sporting President Federico Varandas to discuss Arsenal's offer. After speaking to Sporting win against Benfica in the Portuguese Cup final on Sunday, Gyökeres refused to rule out the prospect of leaving Sporting this summer. He's gonna go. Let us see, Gyökeres said. It's hard for me to say because yeah, it's football and you know what's going to happen in the summer and you never know what's going to happen in the summer. So for me to say anything else than that is impossible. When asked specifically about Arsenal's interest, Gyökeres said, I don't know. I just focus on this summer. He doesn't really talk like that, but I like to add a little bit of, levity. I've tried to focus on the last games because it's so important and I don't want to think about anything else. So yeah, if anything is true, let's see in the summer. This is classic football PR talk. These guys are trained. They don't really want to give things away. They kind of want to keep it under the wraps. You don't really want to bring out your business in public, which makes sense. So that is a very polished PR response, and that's what he'd been trained to say. That's what he's going to be trained to do. But we know that his agents are having talks, so that's what they always say. I just want to focus on this. There's nothing else that matters. I just want to stay with the team. That's what it is. That's what they did with Declan Rice. Like before he moved to Arsenal. I'm not really sure about all of that. All I know, I'm still a Hammer. I'm a West Hammer, and this, that, and the other. Then all of a sudden, he's gone. So yeah, that's all standard PR jargon in terms of what they do. Now, his girlfriend. We know women have very influence on men, and history has taught us that women can be very, very influential on men. So apparently, Victor Gyökeres' girlfriend, she don't want to go nowhere. So let's go into it. So what's she saying? Is she gonna scupper it, lads? What do you think about that? All right, her name is Inez Uguia. I know I absolutely butchered that. Please forgive me. Has promised to convince boyfriend Victor Gyökeres to remain at Sporting. I mean, I don't know anything about the relationship, but this is pillow talk, like, you know, you've had a good night with your girl and you're in bed staring at each other's eyes, then she's stroking your hair if you still got some, and then you start having this conversation like, baby, I don't want you to go to London, I'm enjoying Lisbon now. Like, I'm not sure if this is either fake news or something to actually increase her profile. Apparently she's an actress. I don't know about her. Perhaps she's popular from where she's from, where she originates from. I think it's Portugal. I don't know, could be absolutely wrong. But anyway, let's continue reading. This is according to the Mirror, and these guys, they do love a bit of gossip. Victor Gyökeres' actress girlfriend has promised to convince the striker to stay at Sporting CP this summer. That is despite reports elsewhere stating that Arsenal's chiefs flew out to Lisbon over the weekend in an attempt to push ahead with the signing of the 26-year-old. Yeah, so that's it pretty much of, Agua, I've butchered her surname, who hails from Lisbon herself, at one point swarmed by fans, had to field questions about Yokarez's future. Portuguese outlet Bola if you're Nigerian, claims a social media influencer said in the viral social media clip that she promises to try and persuade her superstar boyfriend to stay with the club for a third season. And probably this is all part of the PR, is probably just, you know, try and make it look like we're all about Lisbon. We're dedicated to Lisbon. She's spending that 110k a week. I don't know how popular she is as an actress, but if she's seeing that, we talk about over $500,000 a month, she's going with him. So to be honest, Victor Gyökeres, he's hitting his prime at 26, 27 players. That's when you're supposed to hit your prime. He's got an opportunity to go to the second best club in the Premier League. He's got a chance to go to a club that's semi-finalist in the Champions League, and he's not going to go because his girlfriend's going to say, I don't want you to go. Ain't me bad, but she ain't the wife yet, so please don't come at me. But yeah, no, I'm kind of old school. I think wives still hold a stronger influence than GFs, but who knows? However, I don't think he's going to scupper plans. If he's got a good plan on the table, a good offer on the table, I think he's gone. But let me know what you think in the comments. Also, Mitoma, apparently we're in for Mitoma. I don't know how we went from Rodrigo to Mitoma. I ain't been bad. He's a decent player, but I think when you're trying to start off the season, you need to start off with intent. People need to know that, listen, we come to me in business. We want to be in the Premier League. We've been bridesmaids for a while. It's time to be the bride. So I don't know. This was reported about 2 days ago. I don't really want this dude. I'm sorry to say it. I sort of need to go for Nico Williams or Rodrigo. I think when you bring big names, I think that sends a little bit of fear to other teams as well, that, yo, watch out. We're on this thing, innit? But let's watch this space. Let me know what you think. Would you mind Mitoma coming to Arsenal? Let me know what you think about Yokarez. Could his girl actually scupper it? And we'll be back for another video. Until the next time, peace.